Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Property Abundance and welcome to this edition. Today we've got something very special for you because we are joined by one of our students who has achieved phenomenal results. And so today we're going to try and inspire you a little bit. We're going to show you that this stuff works. All you've got to do is take the system that we talk about in our videos, on our courses, and implement it and you can get results. All you've got to do is put the work in. So please welcome me and give a webcam round of applause to Jade. Hey Jade, how you doing?
Hi Chris, thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here today.
Good. So why don't we set the scene for everybody? So tell us a little bit about what you were doing before property. Like what was life like? What were you up to?
Right, so as you're probably aware, I've been a project controls consultant. Currently still doing it actually, but I've been doing that for over 12 years now. So I did a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in computer systems, and on the back end of that, I went into project controls, which I'm still doing.
Okay. And how many what's the lifestyle with that kind of job like? Is that high pressure? Is that long hours? What's your experience like?
It's a 9 to 5. It's a 9 to 5 job, like most people. So yeah.
All right. So if you had this career, you had this kind of stable 9 to 5 job, why did you decide then that you wanted to get into property? What was it about property that appealed to you?
Well, first of all, I'm a consultant, so it's not a permanent thing. I could lose my job in a flash second, with a day's notice, a week's notice, a month's notice. So yeah, there's that insecurity, and as I say, I have no sort of control over my time. It's a 9 to 5 day job. So those are basically the limitations that I find in it. Although I enjoy it, which is why I'm still doing it, even though I've been successful in my business. But yeah, there are some limitations that, in the near future, I want to sort of get rid of.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes total sense. What was it about property then? Like, why did you decide you were going to start, of all the businesses out there, instead of setting up, I don't know, an Amazon drop shipping or trading some Bitcoin or whatever, why did you decide that you were going to go down the route of property specifically?
Well, I actually started in my childhood.
Right.
So yeah, yeah. So my dad was into property. He had lots and lots of properties in Nigeria, and from like the age of, was it 8 or 10, something like that, I used to collect rent for my dad, and I used to go and I come back to the house with this bulk, cash. So obviously that got my attention to
Yeah.
start with.
Yeah.
And moving into the UK, I've just always been thinking of, how to build assets, and property was the one that came to my mind first because of obviously my experience with my dad. And as I grew older, even still as a child, my dad got ill actually. He had a stroke, diabetes, so he couldn't run his business as he used to. But with property, all the properties he had, he still sponsored my education. I went to private schooling, primary school, secondary school. He sponsored my university, bachelor's degree, master's degree, paid for my accommodation. That was all from property, even though he couldn't work or do business anymore. So yeah, that's
really
part
good
of where.
example.
Yes, absolutely. So that's obviously where the real inspiration came from, because I know that, if um, anything happens, properties, could serve as an asset I could feed from and feed my kids from, just from my dad's example. Yeah.
And I think that's hugely important as well, isn't it? Like having that inspiration in your life that gives you kind of, from an early age, evidence of the fact that, yeah, property is amazing. Property does create wealth. Property does go up in value over time. And having that from an early age will definitely have kind of set you up with the right mindset around this, around business. So that's awesome to hear. And again, I think to my own experience, like, although, you know, my family, they didn't invest in property, but my dad was always in business. Totally different sector, he's in medical industry.
Yeah.
But I think having that inspiration from an early age definitely helps kind of guide your mindset. Now, you know, if you don't have that, then obviously you're at this slight disadvantage over those who do have that. So being able to kind of, as an adult, and, you know, especially one with kids now, understand the importance of that from an early age, actually taking control of that and being able to set examples to my kids and you know, yourself to your kids is I think a huge benefit that we can give the next generation, in terms of mindset coaching and kind of evidence that this stuff works if you go and do it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So look, there's loads of ways you could have gone about this. You decided to come and work with us at Property Abundance. You wanted to get your education sorted first. You wanted to learn the lessons that we learned the expensive way. So why did you decide that you were going to come and work with us at Property Abundance?
Well, first of all, I liked the intimate setting that I found when I met yourself and Christelle. I really, really liked that, you know, and then the weekend that I spent, you know, the people I met, quality of people I met, genuine people part of the team of Property Abundance, the coaches and other mentors. I just really connected with them. They were easy to get along with. And I just felt like, yeah, this is the place to be. And that's why I chose Property Abundance.
Awesome.
One other thing.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. One other thing I should say that stood out, because as you know, when I joined Property Abundance, I wasn't a complete newbie. I already had a few properties in my bag. But what stood out to me, having had mentors in the past, was the mindset setting. You see what I mean? The mindset coaching side of things. I really enjoyed that, and I think that's what actually, you know, guaranteed success for me, because it was the books that Sam Drews recommended. It was that mindset training, you know, that encouragement not to give up, just to keep going, just keep pushing. That really stood out from, you know, other kind of mentorship programs that I've been part of in the past.
Awesome. I mean, and keep pushing, keep going, never giving up is something certainly you've done. So let's talk about your business. So firstly, go ahead and promote yourself. What's your business called? Where are you based? I
am Jade Adeyanju, and my business is called Better Properties and Investments. We're based in Bristol. We specialize in buy-to-let, HMOs, service accommodation, and now property development, so land and new build.
So if you're watching this, you're based in Bristol, you know who you got to talk to now. Go and hit Jade up, make sure you talk to her. Loads of experience in service accommodation, HMOs, and now developments, okay? Taking that next step, growing the business and taking the advice forwards as well. So over the 12 months then, Jade, let's talk about your results. So obviously you kind of hinted at it there. Things have changed dramatically from when you started on your mentorship program to where you are right now. So why don't you tell us about where your business is right now? How many deals have you done? What's the future look like?
Absolutely. So first of all, I should say, when I joined, I wanted to only secure 4 deals. So that weekend, when Sam Drew said, write how many deals you want to secure, I started by writing 4. But within the first 6 months of joining the mentorship, I secured 6 deals, you know, and by month 12, I had 8 deals. I still have those 8 deals. And even past the 8 months and the 12 months mark, I've still had deals thrown at me that I rejected for one reason or the other. One reason being the very high rental rates now in Bristol. So I could have gone well over 12 deals by now. So yeah, I made phenomenal progress during the 12 months period that I've been with Property Abundance, and now, as you know, I'm now in property development, and everything I sort of learned, especially the mindset side of things, I've taken that into my new venture in property development, and I've already secured a deal that I'm working on.
Can you tell us about it, or is it a secret?
It's a land. No, it's not. It's not secret at all. It's a land with planning permission for 4 new build dwellings. Nice. So just sorting out the legal stuff at the moment.
You're buying the land with the planning, and you're going to hire the contractor and go through the whole construction process, are you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic. And what's can I ask some questions about this? Because I haven't heard this, this is news to me as well. So
yeah.
Amazing. So let's just spit some numbers. Are you cool spitting numbers?
Yeah.
All right. So acquisition costs. What were we looking at? What was the land? What did it cost you to get?
305K.
305 for land with planning for 4. Okay, right. And then what are we looking at in terms of like your projected development costs?
We're looking around about 800K. That's inclusive of contingency and professional fees.
That's awesome. Okay, so I can already see how this is stacking up. Wow. So so we're at 1.1 on the GDV. On the developed costs. So the acquisition and the development. Is that including cost of finance as well?
No.
Okay, so the
cost of finance would be about 100.
Okay, fine. So we're looking at like 1.2 once finance costs accounted for. Then, go on and hit us with the sales value. What's the GDV on the four houses?
GDV is looking at around 1.5 to 1.6 million.
Okay.
That's
so we're looking at a
current
profit
market
of between
value.
£300,000 to £400,000 profit on the back end.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. How much of your money have you put into that deal?
None.
Okay, so it's 100% investor finance, yeah?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I'm talking to everyone watching this video right now. You do not need your own money to invest in property. Okay, does it help? Sure, it helps. But here's a classic case. Now, look, Jade does have her own money. She's making good money from her property business that she's built. But there's just proof. You can make 300 to 400 grand with a contingency on the back end from a sale, and none of that's her money. Okay, she's working with investor finance. I'm guessing you're working with development finance as well?
Yes. So actually, the land purchase is investor finance, and the build is development finance. Okay. Cool. And the profit would then be split between myself and obviously the investors.
Okay, so you've done it on like a JV style. They've put the money in, you can split the profits.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you could walk away with between 150 to 200,000 pounds for yourself, using none of your own money, not having to do the work yourself because you appoint a contractor, just managing the project build.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, this is a great surprise for me as well, because I knew about your other deals. This is news for me. So I always like to hear about this. So what does the future look like now then, Jade? Obviously, you're still in work. Do you have the ambition to use these deals to get out of work, or do you just love what you do so much you just want to carry on doing that as well?
At the moment, I love what I'm doing. And I've got systems in place, from what I learned from yourself and Sandra's. I got staff working for me. I got VAs. I've got a property manager. For now, my plan is to stay in my job, but who knows? In the next, 1, 2, 3 years, I might change my mind and quit because I do have the capacity.
Yeah, cool. And what a great position to be in, that you have the freedom to make that choice, right?
Yeah, I think what I've gained is that freedom. That's what wasn't there before. Sure. So the freedom is there. I can call it quits anytime and be comfortable.
So let's rewind then, because obviously that's phenomenal. A lot of people who might be watching this and haven't done their first property deal yet might be thinking, well, that's all very well for you, but if I was to do a development like that, I wouldn't even know where to start. So let's talk about some of the other tools that you've used along the way. So what other acquisition strategies have you used to help grow your cash flow that's now funding you as a side business?
So I've got HMO, I've got a single let, and I've got service accommodation. to be specific, rent to service accommodation, which I learned from yourself.
Yeah, so you're using the rent-to-rent strategy.
I'm using the rent-to-rent strategy.
Service accommodation application. What about, you've done some BRRs as well, though, haven't you? Some buy, refurb, refinance.
Yes. I do have one buy, refinance, refurb, refinance project, and that's now occupied on an HMO basis.
Cool. So you're taking the high cash flow model and working with the high cash flow model.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And so for anybody who's just starting out in property then, what would your advice as somebody who's now been in it for, well, obviously just over a year with ourselves, but with a little bit of experience before that as well, what would your top tips be for anybody who's starting out and looking to get into the sector?
I always say, first of all, get a mentor. I mean, I know it requires a bit of investment, but you learn to avoid making expensive mistakes. I personally believe I had accelerated progress because I had property abundance, because I signed up to property abundance mentorship. And also, you need to work on your mindset. That's what I've learned from Sam Drews. I've learned that property is literally 80% mindset, 20% knowledge. The more you work on your mindset, the more likely it is that you will succeed. So keep yourself motivated, keep positive, be very persistent. And I always say this whenever I go out to speak, just keep pushing, keep pressing in, don't give up, don't give in. It does work. A living example.
Absolutely, you are. Amazing advice, and totally echo it. And again, like, to prove that we practice what we preach, yes, we offer training, yes, we offer mentorship. I have mentors, I have mindset mentors, I have business mentors, I have property mentors, even in my business, because I know the value as well. Literally just before this coaching call, sorry, not coaching call, I'm so used to doing coaching calls. Before this one-to-one, I literally just got off the back of a mindset call with my mindset coach. So, there's different problems at different stages of your business. The main thing is to keep recognizing that and keep working on it. So totally agree with what you're saying, Jade. Now, you are without a doubt an inspiration to everybody else on mentorship. I'm sure you're going to be an inspiration to people watching this video as well, who are thinking about getting into property. Feel free to go ahead and promote yourself. If people want to reach out to you, if people want to connect, what social medias are you on? What's the best one to get you on? And what's your handle?
I'm most active on LinkedIn, and you can find me just by searching Jade Adeyanju. I'll spell it for you. Jade is easy. Adeyanju is Adeyanju. I'm most active on my LinkedIn account, so yeah, hook up with me.
All right, amazing. Jade, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for giving us your top tips, and thank you for helping us to inspire the next generation of property investors. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and I hope, again, we get the opportunity to work together long into the future as well. So thanks for jumping on today. And guys, if you're watching this at home, if you've enjoyed this video, if you want to get results just like Jade, go ahead and check the description down below, okay? Because we have set aside some 30-minute time slots in my team's diary where you can talk about your property journey. So if you just want a bit of clarity, if you want to know what your next steps should be, hey, if you want to come and join us on one of our 3-day programs, go ahead and book one of the calls there where you can get absolute clarity on your next steps, or you can go and bag yourself a ticket to one of our 3-day events, which is exactly where Jade started her journey with us as well. So if you want to be there, we have monthly events. Go ahead and click on the link in the description, or if you're watching this somewhere else that's not YouTube, go ahead and check the comments down below and I'll drop the link in there. But Jade, thank you once again for joining us. And guys watching this at home, have an awesome rest of the day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.